Good afternoon, sir. Thanks a lot for this opportunity, and we are very honored to have audience from such a distinguished officer like you. Sir, my first question would be, as a like after you come to NFSU, how did you feel the NFSU environment is, and how is SPSSS school?
First of all, I am very happy to be in NFSU and particularly in the Homeland Security and Police Studies department. I am not very comfortable with your acronym, but like this is the Department of Police Studies and Homeland Security, so that looks very promising to me. And I've been to different universities abroad also. But there was a great need to have a dedicated university on investigations, policing, law enforcement, which was not there. And I think the government of India has done a great job in making this as a national center of importance. I think I'm very, very hopeful about a great future. And already it is running through that. So I'm very happy to be here.
Sir, so I'll start with the question, which is being a DIG of the MP Police. Sir, how has your journey been so far, and what are some of the key achievements which led to this position?
Yeah, this is very interesting to answer for me because there are different routes to which you enter the police, particularly on different ranks. And I want to tell to my dear audience that like IPS you can enter directly through UPSC, and then the state services also offer entries at the sub-inspector level, basic level of officers, and at DSP level, basic level, like second senior most level of entry. So I didn't enter the IPS directly. I entered as a DSP first, and then I got inducted into the IPS. So the state PSCs do this exam, and I got through that, and then I worked my way up and got inducted into IPS, which is a natural process of seniority, and the government of India then takes you in after you spend some years there. But this is very interesting because this gives you a lot of experience in the field, and once you are experienced in the field, you've done different kind of jobs, you graduate to become an IPS officer, then an SP, then a DIG, so you see a lot of life, you see a lot of professional output, you can give a lot of professional output. And my journey has been really interesting because I started from a normal police district. My training was done in the state academy, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Otherwise, I was doing my MPhil from Delhi School of Economics from Delhi University. I was very much interested in academics, but then I was also interested in law enforcement and in civil services basically. So got into this because I love to work in my state, Madhya Pradesh. I belong to that state, so started working there. Then after 2-3 years, we were having a lot of problem of Naxalism in Madhya Pradesh. That time Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh was one in late 90s, and so I worked in Bastar and in different districts of Chhattisgarh in Naxalite operations. So insurgency operations and left-wing extremism I saw from very, very close quarters, and how insurgency happens in tribal areas, and how do you manage that, how do you manage the security, internal security. And then I was sent to some rural districts, some urban districts, did rural policing, did urban policing, and then my inclination of academics led me to be selected as one of the persons to go to United Kingdom to do a course by BPRD, that is Bureau of Police Research and Development, to do a master's course in training and police reforms. So I did a master's course in police reforms and training, and I was made a master trainer to inculcate soft skills training in police. So in 2000 we went to UK, and there was a collaboration with Government of India and Government of UK to train police officers so that they can reform their police services by improving attitude, behavior, soft skills in police. So that was a changing time for me. I could understand how policing needs to be reformed, how it should become more citizen centric. So these years spent there helped me to develop as a trainer. Then I was sent by the Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, DPRND, as a master trainer and an expert in training need analysis. There is a term called training need analysis, which decides what should be trained, like on what subjects police should be trained. So that methodology I learned, and we went to different different states to teach the faculty of different state police training institutions and national institutions. So have done that, and then again I got a very good opportunity to go to the UN peacekeeping mission. So I went to Kosovo, did my peacekeeping job there. I worked with 48 different nationalities, police. So there were police services from 48 different nationalities working together in Kosovo. That time there was this like Balkan problems were there, and there were internal conflicts there, civil conflicts were there, and UN had kept a peacekeeping mission, and so I was very lucky to be part of that. After I returned from there, I got involved in training with soft skills training, human rights training, and then I again applied to the British Chievening fellowships. So I got selected for British Chievening Human Rights Fellowship at the University of Essex, where I worked I did another master's in theory and practice of human rights. I found that human rights is the most relevant subject which police must study for being a trainer of the police, also for doing good policing. So I did that from UK, then came back, then got promoted as the additional SP, worked as SP of 3 training institutes for constables. So I found that constables training is very much neglected in India. So it's very officer oriented. So whereas the pyramid of the police is constituted by the constables who have direct interface with the public. So though their training should be given a lot of importance. So I was SP of different, principal of different training institutions. I taught them, did a lot of training reforms, made new syllabus because of my expertise on training need analysis. It helped me to develop, and I was very fortunate. My Director General was very much in favor of this. So Madhya Pradesh led this movement of improving constables training, and in fact in 2014 we got the best constable training institution award also. So that was there. Then I again was there were varied role I could get. So again I went to the field, became operational police officer, did work as a SP looking after crime, and then again I was sent to do a job with the governor of Madhya Pradesh. So I became the ADC to the governor of Madhya Pradesh. ADC is aide de camp. That means the ADC is the kind of a support officer of the governor, and this way I got a lot of different kind of exposure of protocol, of different aspects of government, how it works, Rashtrapati Bhavan, Raj Bhavan, and what are the dynamics at the topmost level of the governance. That exposure came on. Then I came back. I became SP of a district where I enjoyed that working also, got a lot of exposure, helped me to experiment with my ideas on policing for women, children's like mainstreaming of their insecurity related issues, and then mainstreaming certain best practices into combating crime against women and children. And then we did open a research center in Madhya Pradesh by the support of the DG, and this is called Academic Lab, which is a think tank within the police. So I'm also the secretary of that. It is called Parimal Lab, which looks after research and evidence-based policing. So I've got involved there. Then again, because of the research we were doing on women's security, there was an opportunity offered to me to go to University of Virginia as a visiting scholar. So I spent 1 year there and then came back, then served in the academy, Madhya Pradesh Police Academy as its deputy director. Then came to the Commissionerate of Bhopal, worked there, and now I'm working as DIG Community Policing. So there it has been a long and varied experience all through. So that's it, yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, so one of your core interest areas being academia and police services interaction. Sir, do you think we have achieved a platform where there is a two-way communication between us, the academia and police?
Yeah, I think this area of practice and academics coming together is yet to be fully explored in India. There are, like for example, I've been trained in UK, I've studied in UK. I find that there the academic and the practice is more correlated. In India, we need to develop it further. Universities like NFSU and the Center for Policing Studies, Homeland Security here have a great future in bridging this gap, and they are already doing that. And this is the need of the hour. If we don't realize this thing, we'll be not able to cater to the expectations of law enforcement and service delivery as at the best of our abilities, because academia must inform practice and practice must be evaluated by academia. So these two things have a lot of scope ahead, and I think NFSU and Policing Studies School is one of the beginnings, and they already have so many campuses, and I see a lot of students coming up here and occupying these spaces. I think later on there would be some kind of a berth created for consultants and police advisors within the police headquarters and within different police departments, who would be analyzing police data, analyzing police practices, doing evidence-based policing, and informing the practice and evaluating certain things. So I see a future where all districts would be having 2, 3 research managers, evidence-based police managers we can call them, and the police headquarters might be having a full wing of these people operating, who are very professional, academically oriented analysts who are doing this, policy analysts and practice evaluators doing this. And this should be done. I think if universities come up with students, bright students like you have a very good space there. And I think not today, but tomorrow, this university would be able to cater and create that space for a very reformative and upward-looking, progressive police management through this group of experts, which would people every district, every police department.
We had a very insightful lecture on community policing. So, where do you think India stands compared to other countries like UK, USA, and Kosovo?
See, Kosovo is a different like context because it was UN-led country, and whatever was going there at that time when I was working was through the best practices from all over being implemented there. But yes, US, UK, they have a context of policing. What I feel here is that the US and UK have a very prime position in policing studies as such. But they are myopic in a sense that they are looking at their own practices and calling it global. Every country and every culture, particularly a diverse nation like India, has its own context, and you can't implement those theories everywhere and say it's a global policing standard. There are certain global policing standards, but there are certain indigenous standards also of practice which need to be amalgamated with the other prevalent standards and come up with new theoretical and theoretical bases and models of working. Unfortunately, the lead academia so-called in the Western Europe or Anglo-Saxon world doesn't see that there are other practices also which need to be incorporated to be called global pattern. So this global pattern has yet to come up, and India needs to inform that. I think universities like this would need to inform the culture of policing, the practices, the patterns, to make it more inclusive. The academic content is not very inclusive of all policing patterns. It is very restricted to Anglo-Saxon policing patterns. So I think there is a need to make it more broad-based, and India would be utilizing more of its academic knowledge and professional research to foster its own models. But we need more base of that academic base, and I think universities like NFSU with its police studies department, Homeland Security department would be able to cater to fulfill this gap.
Yes. Sir, and from being from a DIG of MP Police, MP has low number of court disposals and police disposal of cases and high charge sheeting. They have won multiple awards for cyber security headquarters and ICJS award from NCRB. So how do you think Madhya Pradesh has achieved such a great feat?
I think there was a concentrated approach in dealing with the utilization of technology in the state. Particularly, we have paid a lot of attention on our constabulary and getting technically trained. As I told you earlier, we did training reforms in between 2010 and 2015, and came up with a lot of technological compulsions of studying computers and doing digital education for the constabulary. This is where the base of the user of ICJS and CCTNS came. So every police station we don't have to now depend upon starting from the scratch. We already have a good base of people who can work on those. So once they started working on that, there is a culture of utilizing technology, and that helped in a visionary approach in broad basing the use of CCTNS. Once the broad basing of the use of CCTNS came up, very thorough monitoring we did, and a healthy competition among the police stations, performance on CCTNS, healthy competition among the districts, performing who's coming first, who's coming second on the use of CCTNS. So this created a culture of compliance on the use of technology, and this is paying dividends. Whatever new feature comes in CCTNS, we are already taking it up, and so we are able to perform. Similarly, the other part which you asked about was regarding the use of like our cyber police getting a lot of credence. So we very early on developed a cyber investigation department headed by an ADG with 3-4 SPs, and we have its regional offices in 4 regions in the state. So the monitoring of the cyber crimes also takes place through a proper structurally made mechanism. So that's why the cyber crime gets handled better that way. And then we invested in the research labs also. So this is how I think some of the good features came up. Dial 100 being one of the other first responder mechanism, like the smart policing acronym which the Prime Minister has given, has been implemented thoroughly through these mechanisms, where training, technology, responsive policing, sensitivity and accountability all combined together.
Sir, thanks a lot for the podcast. We look forward for more podcasts in the future.
Thank you and good luck to all your young and bright students. I was very impressed by the bright minds which are being nurtured by your very able faculty here. I have a lot of good things to say about the Center of Policing and Homeland Security and also about MS.C for creating this environment. Thank you.